Welcome back, guys. I've got a new figurine to unbox for you today, and this one's interesting because I do not know if this is going to be the actual figurine or it's going to be a bootleg. Let's find out. So I ordered this from eBay a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, you can tell it's quite a big box. Now, I paid 80 bucks for this when the figurine right now is going from $150 to about $200. And you can probably tell from this noir statue next to me, it's going to be another Hyperdimension figure. But this one is very interesting to me because, for one thing, I don't know if it's boxed, and I don't know if it's a bootleg. I paid 80 bucks and $15 shipping and handling. So if this isn't a legit Hyperdimension Neptunia figurine, and I only paid 80 bucks for it, that's a steal. But like I said, I don't know if the box is included in this or anything else. It could just be the figurine if there's any accessories, or it could probably not even be that, but we're going to find out. Now, the biggest thing that got me when I received this box is that there's no Japanese written on it. Now, I know that this came from Canada, but it also came from California. So I can't tell if it migrated from Canada to California then to me. So I just don't know. This is very interesting to me, but there is some Japanese writing on here, or Chinese. It does say made in China. I really don't know. But let's just go. Now, this one right here, if you can tell, this is Noir. This was actually one of my favorite characters when the series first got started. This is an actual bootleg, and I'm convinced of that because there is no made in Japan or China, and her hair's supposed to be black, and this is kind of bluish. Now, even when she turns into Whiteheart, or is it Black? It's Blackheart, sorry. When she turns into Blackheart, her hair turns white. So where the bootleggers decided to turn her hair bluish is beyond me, but this is actually a pretty good figurine. The bottom part's just cheapy ass plastic, but the figurine itself is pretty hefty. I don't remember where I got this. I think it was AliExpress, and I think before the pandemic. Now, before the pandemic hit, you could find a lot of figurines that were either really cheaply made, and that's what you paid for, or you got pretty good ones that if you paid for, I don't know, you might as well just bought the actual figurine from Japan. And you would have gotten a pretty good replica. But like I said, I'm like, I don't know. I might have paid $30 for this from AliExpress. I want to say maybe Wish. But I think by that time, Wish was already having problems. Because nowadays, Wish really doesn't carry a lot of stuff. And their stuff may not even come to you. I actually stopped using them. But AliExpress, this is not a bad figurine. It's well detailed. It's just the hair. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But let's go ahead, and before we go any further, now, if you guys remember this one, this is Adult Neptune. This is an actual figurine from Japan. And yes, the plastic on the bottom still feels a little cheapy, but it's better than what this is. This has got a lot of heft to it. So that's how you know that if it's a good figurine, if it's got heft. So guys, we actually do have a box. This is Vert. She is the leader of Lean Box, also known as Green Heart. She is Xbox. And if I didn't say this, Noir is PlayStation. And if you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, here's a quick summary. So when Hyperdimension Neptunia came out, there's four nations. You have Planetoon, Last Station, Lean Box, and Louis. Now, Planetoon is Sega, or kind of like all the off-brands and everything like Game Boy and something like that. When you get to Sega Hard Girls, it's really convoluted and stuff, but Sega Hard Girls is not part of Hyperdimension. It's a separate thing. You have Last Station, which is PlayStation. You have Lean Box, which is Xbox. And then you have Louis, which is Nintendo. Vert is kind of the only member of Hyperdimension that didn't get her own series. We thought she did with Four Goddesses Online, or Cyberdimension Neptunia as it was originally called. But it really wasn't. It was not a true spin-off, and it wasn't part of the main story. By this point, they haven't done really much anything with the main story ever since Mega Dimension. So I'm pretty sure that the hype of Hyperdimension, no pun intended, has pretty much died out. I really have no hope for it at this point. I really don't play many games right now. I mean, back in February, I finally beat Neo Shinru. We'll do something with that, especially on this channel. I'm working on something that'll kind of show that, and no, there is no footage, guys. And no, I have no desire to replay that. I saved over playing against Neo Shinru. I never want to face that dragon again. But back to this. The box itself, very nice. I mean, look how cute she is. But Vert was one of those that I never really played with. I really did. I always played with Neptune, Nepgear, Uni, Noir. I never played with Blonde or her two sisters, Ram and Ram. I had my favorites, but the reason I got this one was because it was $80, and the box is in great shape, so I got a steal on this. But it does say made in China. That's very interesting. It does say it is from Broccoli, which is most of where these figurines come from. But I will say that the box itself is very nice. I mean, if this is a bootleg, they did a great job. One thing that I am missing on this that a lot of bootleggers do put on is the CE logo. There is no CE logo on the back of this. So, like all the figurines that are the Bedtime series, they had the doggos, which are the strange-looking slime dog-looking things. Not to be confused with the slimes from, what was that one called? Dragon Quest. I guess they're kind of an off-take on them. They're adorable. They get a little gropey in the series, but, you know, maybe the three of you have actually watched the series. Now, this is interesting. They actually include instructions. This is where her ass goes. I love that. All the bootlegs that I've got, they've had instructions, but I just love that, yes, her ass goes here. I actually have had 2 bootlegs of the Bedtime series. This one and one of Neptune, which was the first series that came out. That was so cheaply made, and I don't have any pictures to show you. It was on my old Facebook account that got deleted. But this one was so badly made that Neptune basically stood like this. I mean, she was at an angle. She could not stand on any of the platform that we had. I had to super glue it. And understand, this was my first one, so I only paid like $15 for it. But she was so skewed that she couldn't even stand, so I super glued it, and it looked horrible. The face looked like it melted slightly. I threw that thing away a long time ago. I didn't even want to try to sell it as in a yard sale. Nobody wants that crap. But yeah, the Bedtime series, I've got Adult Neptune, who was actually now one of my favorite characters. I mean, obvious reasons. Now I've got Vert. The figurine itself is very light. I mean, I can pick Neptune up, and they've got the same heft to them. So, they really did quite a good job on her. Her face doesn't look muddled, that you get a lot of bootleggers doing. They can't seem to get the face right. It looks either plastered or they just stickered on something on a mannequin-looking face. Luckily, they didn't do that with this one. This one actually does look good. Honestly, come on now. She's a gamer. You know that when she's not streaming live, she's got her tits out. You know, she's not wearing a bra. You know, she's comfortable. She's sitting in her chair, you know, probably just in her underwear. I mean, let's just be honest. I actually did love that series. I was kind of obsessed with it, but now it's kind of died off, just like my gaming habits have died off. And that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this enjoyable, and maybe if you ever want to start collecting these things, you know where to start. And like I said, price, if it looks legit, how it feels, heft. But even if it was a bootleg, if it looks this good and convincing, hey, you lucked out. $80 compared to $150 to $200. That's a steal. There's always going to be deals out there. There's always going to be people that are trying to get rid of something, but they want to make a buck. Never throw away a chance to look for something online. If you're convinced on finding it, whether it's Kingdom Hearts, Hyperdimension, Dragon Ball Z, Final Fantasy, you're going to find something out there. You may not find it on that day, but but you're going to find it eventually. This is Mr. D. See you next time.